and a couple of, I think his name is Jacko the Clown from the Bronx or whatever, they happened to be there that day. And when they started playing the reggae segment, they started tutting to that music. And it was from that point, that's when everyone started doing like Egyptian tucks in the streets of Brooklyn. And then it kind of just went underground. Nobody knew about it, which resurfaced back in the Flex in Brooklyn days. And back in the Flex in Brooklyn days, you know, that's because it was team dancing. And it's kind of hard for everyone to do the same freestyle movement, so you had to add something in there which could help make that unity, you know, come into one. And the showcase dancing, which is the showcase style, was a great level to put it on there. When I was dancing, I never participated in the Flex in Brooklyn showcases because, A, when I was back in town, I was dancing out of town, and B, my team that was from Brooklyn, shout out to 730, shout out to Naughty Shorties and the whole rest of that crew, we didn't believe in dancing in that show because it didn't accept our style as a whole. And you know, that's how we made our things work, and that's how we just existed in Brooklyn at the same time, but at the same time we kept missing each other. But you got to give credit to where it's due. Those guys at the Flex in Brooklyn showcase, they were able to keep the dancing alive, to keep the Bruck Up alive, because by like 2003, it just seemed like it was dead. I would come home from school, you know, no more block parties. You know, block parties used to be the thing. Everybody would show off in a block party. We didn't have those. On top of that, block party used to end at like 4 in the morning. Now, you know, by like this time, block parties are ending at 8 o'clock p.m. So you didn't really get that chance to go in or circulate around and go in. Parties weren't the same. A lot of things had changed. And, you know, ultimately it kind of just was just like, yo, what to do? So I just let it go. You know, I would dance in my own home, but like no one else was dancing the style that I did, so I just let it go. And yeah, that's how it kind of died down. Not knowing that the Flex in Brooklyn style was, they changed the scenery, they changed where they were dancing at, and they kind of just uplifted and took it to a whole nother level. And that's when they kind of burst on the scene with, like, you know, in 2005, 2006 with Battle Fest. And, you know, the rest is history from there.
Where do you see the style going now? You know, because that's a long time. Yeah, Battle Fest is 05, 06, and so there's been a few years in between, and Battle Fest has done some great things. Loud has done some great things, and Reg and the Ringmasters, you know, with ABDC and stuff like that. A lot of great things have happened. So where do you see the future going? You know, and also sticking to the origins.
Because of like the life and the culture that, you know, the Battle Fest brand breathed back into our dance style in Brooklyn. There's been many opportunities to come out. As you mentioned, you know, main event, aka Ringmasters, were able to get on the ABDC show, and they've been able to put the style on the front map. YouTube has been a great contributor to breathing life back into the style in Brooklyn, breathing life into the Bruck Up style, and breathing life into the flexing style. Not to mention, Ghost got early clips of Bruck Up. He has a 2006 clip on Bruck Up too, and his clip generated mad views, and everybody wanted to learn that style, you know, and it just helped bring us back to life as far as Brooklyn is concerned, as far as the Bruck Up is concerned. And for the future, what we have to do now is be more of a unit and work together and find out the industry side of the business, which I try to teach a few friends that I know in the dance industry, because they can go through the same thing I did and end up just pulling the plug. There are a lot of things going on in this dance world that they're not going to know because all they know is the streets. They're not going to know, you know, about agency. They're not going to know about etiquette, not just being nice, but like, you know, chain of command, who you talk to, who you don't talk to, and about respect. Whether or not you don't, you know, agree with what a person is saying, you kind of have to give them respect for their opinion just as a being and someone that has knowledge. And, you know, with Brooklyn dancers, you know, we have a lot of pride. And the young dancers, they have a lot of pride, and they like me. They got the street mentality, so they're not trying to hear all that. Once we can clean up a few of those things, then, you know, maybe we're doing our own LXD. Maybe we're doing our own, you know, world of dance type things. Maybe we're doing our own, you know, showcases that are like traveling shows, maybe tours. you know, and bringing our own revenue, because, you know, I don't know if you've been watching anything lately, but again, Brooklyn is the most copied group of individuals again. This time it happens to be in the dancing world. And it happens, but it's happening and we're not involved, and that's the issue that we're running into again. So for the style to continue to grow, for our people to continue to come up and rise up and create opportunities for ourselves and the new dancers that will be coming after them, we have to learn what the business is. We have to learn teamwork and better communication skills, else we're just going to die again.
All right, so if you piggybacking off of that, if you had all the younger dancers coming up, and then you had the dancers from, you know, our generation, and then you had the OGs from all the styles of dancing, all the different genres, popping, b-boying, flexing, rock up, all these different OGs, all these different types of dancers who love those styles. What would you say to them, you know, to uplift them, or maybe even spark an idea?
Mm-hmm. If I had that opportunity to speak to all the OGs of every dance style, all the young dancers, up-and-coming dancers, and the dancers from our era, you know, the message would be broken down into 3 segments just by that class. For the young dancers, I would straight tell them, like, yo, understand what respect is. Understand that your time will come. Understand that you got to go through things in order to say that you are the best, or you are the master, or you are, you know, the leader of anything. Because you're not a leader of nothing. You're not creating anything. You got to understand that you're discovering stuff. You know, you got to understand that everything you do, every clip that you watch that is on YouTube or whatever, it came from somewhere. Don't just go picking it up and doing it and then saying it's yours. Give respect to where you got it from. Give respect to the style that you might have picked it up from, and show respect to anyone that's been doing anything before you, regardless of what their name is or whatever clips they have or don't have. A person that has knowledge, you must respect automatically. If you don't have that respect, you're going to die as a dancer before you even get a chance to live. 15 minutes of fame on YouTube is actually 2 minutes. That's how I feel about it. To the dancers of my age, from my era, both retired and still dancing, and the ones that's in between, we fucked up a lot. We got to get back in. We got to step up. We got to teach the youth. That's a reflection on us. What we don't do is what they're going to do. You know, if we don't tell them how to behave, then they're not going to know how to behave. If we don't tell them, hey, these guys are the first, or these guys are the discoverers, these guys pioneered this, so you can do that, they're not going to know. If we don't, you know, tough love, punch them in the nose when they're wrong, they're never going to know when they're wrong. If they can't respect, you know, the elders, the ones that's our OGs, they're not going to respect us just because we ain't been around to voice that opinion. And we have to get up and start teaching and creating these opportunities and these workshops for these kids to get the information, not just dance-wise, but knowledge-wise. So a lot of people are walking around, don't even know who the hell they are, but they swear they're somebody. And to the OGs of every dance style, stop the shit. Straight up. All of you, stop it. Y'all gotta cut it out. Y'all gotta stop fighting amongst yourselves, because if you're a popper, and I say that with the utmost pronunciation, if you are a popper, you guys were street dance too. You guys back in the 70s, you were looked down upon. Why are you doing it now? You know, I never understood that. Y'all came through the same hardships. Y'all came from dancing on the hard concrete, you know, not getting no money, doing shows, being on Soul Train, you know, dancing, you know, at Union Square, getting no paper. Like 1,000 of y'all down in there, nobody getting arrested. And now we're doing it, and now the youth is doing it, and y'all shitting on us like y'all ain't go through that. Y'all know what time it is. And if you're a popper and you don't know about that, maybe you should go do your homework. You might be missing out on some education that'll help you, you know, pick up a young and up-and-coming dancer and give him a chance. You know, when the ballerina dancers were telling y'all weren't nothing, y'all would never be on stage, y'all would never be big. How y'all took that, you know? That y'all need to remember that struggle. Y'all didn't get that breaking movie out of nothing, you know? The breaking movie, as corny as those movies are, they epic as far as what the message that it gives. Forget about the moves. Those are commercial moves. The story that it gives, the background story that it gives, y'all need to go watch that again because y'all fucking up the game. Some of y'all are showing love, and that's cool, but a lot of y'all just fucking up the game, and y'all fucked up the game for a lot of dancers, whether it's the hip-hop style, whether it's the dance of house, whether it's, you know, turfing, Memphis, whatever. You guys are fucking up the game, and it's up to y'all because you guys have everything. You know, you got Style to Oof, you know, Just the Boots, y'all got the World of Dance, y'all got all that, you know. Everybody's making money off of what we built here in America, except for Americans. Sit on that for a little while, and if anyone want to talk to me about it, I'm not hard to find.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can always find me on Dance Mogul, keyword Snow Nasty. But if you just Google it, it'll come up. I'm out there. I'm everywhere. Same names. I do not change this name. Email, everything. Snow Nasty.